Hello friends! Today we're going to be making this Disney Pixar Finding Nemo paper theatre kit. These come from Japan. They are an amazing craft kit, very chill to make. This one's a level 2 and you can see all the bits and what it will look like in the end. Now, in order to make this craft you will need a cutting knife and a cutting mat, some glue and something to spread the glue with, as well as a pair of tweezers if you want. Now, I love these kits, and I will say some of them do come with English and Japanese instructions, but this one didn't. This is all in Japanese, but that's okay. It's nothing to be scared of because there are picture directions. So it may not tell me in English what to do, but the pictures speak for themselves. Very, very easy to read and understand, especially such a small kit. Now, taking a look at what is included, we have all of these pieces of what I can only describe as a very thick cardstock, and each of these has numbers that correspond with the step that they are needed for. And it's a really simple direction follow. So here's number 1. Okay, so you can see what pieces are needed. So I need that piece and that piece. Then we're going to have this red piece, which is there. Next up, we need that ticket. That's that part there. And this is the outside. So now I'm just going to be speeding it up and showing you how to do it. It is a very, very simple craft meant to be relaxing and enjoyable. You just need a tiny amount of glue, something to spread it with, and then you just start layering. Now you need to follow the directions. So for example, you can see there down in the bottom left, it shows that green just being on top of the yellow. So that's how you know where it goes. Now I'm going to be moving on. I always cover up the instructions that I don't need, hence why I've folded it like that, because I want to just see one step at a time so I don't get ahead of myself. It's easier to focus on and it just makes it a very chill craft. I love this. I love doing these. I have a lot of these. I do plan to do a kind of show and tell of these because I genuinely have so many. It is a bit silly, but I love them, and I want to show you something at the end, which means that I can make my kits and not worry about them getting damaged. So just a couple of tips for when you're doing this is to not put too much glue. You do not want it to squirt out the sides or to make the piece too wet. So you want to just make sure it's sticky enough. And then the other thing you want to be really careful of is as soon as you place it down onto that other piece of cardstock, you need to move it around into the exact place. Now, yes, tweezers do work well for this, but you can see me using my fingers and lifting the piece and moving those around with my fingers a lot, because sometimes you need to look at the back, turn it around, and just kind of work with it until it's in exactly the right spot. Now these little clips here actually are what holds the whole thing together. Now normally if I was going to display this, I would put glue on all of the little gaps and make sure that it was stuck so that the paper theatre didn't risk coming apart. However, because I have so many of them, I actually don't glue them now so that I can restore them. And that sounds really silly, but it's just the easiest way for me to work with these. So here is the finished paper theatre. It looks beautiful. I'm so happy, and yes, very, very excited. Now it does look a little bit bowed there. I'm not sure why they gave me clips that seem to be backwards, but I've made it work. It's fine. So there it is. It looks absolutely lovely from the front. I'm really, really happy with it. I love that scene in the movie. It's so cute, and yeah, I'm so glad. This only took me about 45 minutes as well, just to let you guys know a time frame. From start to finish, it was roughly 45 minutes. So it's not something that takes a huge amount of time unless you're doing one of the bigger kits, maybe. That might be a little bit more in depth. But here we go, here's my weird artistic filming skills. And this is how I store them afterwards. So I just flatten them down and you can see the scene. It's not 3D anymore, but you can still see what it was. And that means I can make more of them and not have to worry about running out of space. So let me put that one away, and if you guys would be interested in seeing the ton of paper theatres that I have, let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.